You should probably do something. I don't think everybody disagrees on almost everything, but I don't think there's too many folks out there saying like don't exercise. There's all kinds of people who break things down scientifically on what you should be doing, and that can cause a lot of confusion. And I really think that what you must seek, or you should seek, is finding something that you enjoy, because none of the rest matters. If you hate it or you like really dread doing it, you're probably not going to do it, at least in the long term. That's not going to work for you. I think there's a lot of value in picking a plan or something and sticking to it for a while and going into what I would call like the intermediate phase, where like, so when you start running, it sucks. Like nobody, like everybody feels that same feeling of terribleness, because we all like ran 1 mile when we were a kid at school. The one day a year we had to do that, and that's the only mile you ran. And the reason that sucks is because you're you're in like the starting phase, which is the worst place to be. But if you stick with it for 6 weeks and you consistently follow anything resembling a plan, your plan could simply be, I'm going to try to run for 10 minutes 3 times a week, and you can expand beyond that. But if you get to the point where you can run, if you're attempting to run for 10 to 20 minutes 3 times a week, it's not going to feel as bad as is what you think it is. Because now guess what? You're almost an intermediate, or maybe you are an intermediate. It doesn't have to be for mileage. You don't have to go do a 5K. You can just go out for a set amount of time, and it could be hiking, it could be walking. I started with basketball, and then I decided it was time to gain a bunch of weight on accident. And then I got into weightlifting, and then I somehow, because I didn't include cardio, weightlifting also helped me become fatter, just a little bit more muscle underneath. But I wouldn't say it was like health promoting to only do that. And now I've landed on calisthenics, and I find that to be a fun way to spend my time. I'm not saying that's the best thing for you, but there are folks with all kinds of physiques from every practice you can imagine that are in better shape than you and I will ever be. And I think you should just start with something that you think sounds loosely interesting. I don't care if it looks silly to others. It's not about what others like. Be brave. Be willing to be a beginner at something again, and work up till you're intermediate. And then if you didn't like that thing that much, scoot on to the next thing. Maybe you can maybe bowling will get you really strong with one hand, or something like that. But yeah, okay, that's it.